Hi, I'm Chelsea Husum, your host of the Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, author, speaker, and mom of two. And I'm so tired of women not feeling like they can show up as fully expressed versions of themselves. So here, we're all about that unapologetically, because honestly, we don't have time not to. Literally because we're busy as F moms and entrepreneurs, but also figuratively because we don't know how much time we have on this planet and we want to make an impact now. But if we're doing this, we're making it real vibes only. So let's get inspired, laugh our asses off, quite possibly cry, and feel like you're sitting on the couch with your bestie and a glass of wine. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Lip Service and Lashes with Chelsea Husum. I am here today with Azadeh Atzberger. Azadeh is a distinguished 3-time best-selling author, the esteemed founder of Finally Free Life, serving as a transformational life coach and couples coach. Renowned as the visionary behind the 12 steps for narcissistic abuse recovery, she draws from her own journey as a trauma survivor of domestic and sexual abuse and a triumphant conqueror of addiction. Her profound passion lies in empowering individuals to navigate trauma and find the freedom to manifest the lives they aspire to lead. Azadeh, I'm so happy you're here, girl.
I am thrilled to be with you, one of my favorite people in this industry. Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you. Yes, it's so good to see you. So Azadeh and I met, probably a little over a year ago now in Amberly Lagos Mastermind. And I remember we were in Texas and we were partners, and she's like, "Hey, we're going to chat about, what we're going to speak about at my event." So we're working through it. And then she's like, "Oh, now you're speaking right now." And we're like, "Wait, what? What's happening?" So we kind of bonded very quickly. And I have to say, we are literal ride or die.
Yes.
Ride or die friends. Tell everyone what happened during our literal ride or die situation in Texas.
Oh my God. So hello, everybody. So excited to be here and have you guys. We're going to make this so much fun.
Yes.
With exposing and telling raw and real lip service. Raw and real. So Chelsea and I were carpooling an hour. It was like from an hour from the hotel to the baseball game. And it was me, Chelsea, and Tina. And we just got in the car, excited to go to this adventure together. And then the rental car, we
stopped for lunch.
That's right. We stopped for lunch, got a salad, excited, put on lip gloss, lip service, put on lip gloss, getting ready to go. And the damn car would not start. The rental car would not start. And so it was the nightmare was, I feel like the nightmare was more about trying to get AAA to serve us. And then the person that came was just like talking insanely. The guy that was supposed to help us, he was talking about like the conspiracy of the world. It's like, dude,
he was
started.
We gotta go.
And we never made the event.
No, we didn't, because I feel like whatever rental car place you had was horrible. And they're like, well, yes, take it somewhere, take it to our nearest place. And we're like, well, it's closed. And then they're like, well, someone's on their way. And we're like, yeah, he just came and said we can't ever stop the car because it'll shut off again. And we're like, we have to get. So I think we finally just went to the airport to know we were going to get on our flight at some point. Yeah, we had a lot of fun and laughed. Like, what is happening?
Exactly. And I think that the ride or die part about you and I is that now it's real. Like, we were put to the test of how we will support each other and not go into a panic or turn toxic or get crazy. We literally were able to put our brains together. You navigated the places we needed to go. We went to like 2 different free airports, remember?
We did. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It'd be like, don't stop the car. It's
Yeah.
gonna not turn back on. And we're like, oh my God. Yeah, it was funny. We laughed a lot. So that was a unique and fun experience. So thank you again for being here. You are one of my favorite people. You are just, your soul is so beautiful and wonderful. Now, I would love, you have been through a lot to get to where you are in life. So can you tell everyone listening what are some of the things that you went through? And then we're going to talk about kind of how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, absolutely, Chelsea. You know, when I think about my story, it makes me cry because it's a sad one from start, not now, but so anyways, I moved here. Let me get started. I moved here we escaped, not moved. We escaped from Iran when I was 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
During a revolution. And so I was born into trauma, chaos, and violence. And we moved to the United States and not speaking any English as a 6, 7 year old. I moved here with my mom, my brother, and my father stayed back to finish the school, like his work and sell it. And I didn't speak English. And there was a revolution going on, a war between Iran and the United States back then. And I didn't know. I'm a kid. And I was pushed into school right away. My mom wanted me in school right away. So she lied about my birthday so she could get me in sooner to get started. And I just remember, just because of the war and because of the cruelty of kids, I was bullied from a young age all the way through high school. High school was really bad. It was like daily. And I started doing a lot of drugs. I started drinking. I was even drinking like cough syrup when I couldn't get alcohol during high school, just to numb, just to check out, because I had absolutely zero tools as a kid. And who's going to even learn, kid? As a mom, you know this. Yeah. How are you going to even learn tools if someone's giving it to you? You're a kid. You just want to be a kid.
Exactly.
You don't want to be, right?
Yeah.
As a mom, you know that. It's like, and so in high school, the bullying and the drugs and the alcohol just really just launched me into this really scary 10-year, 15-year really, but the 10 was the worst. Just this insane, risky, dangerous, addicted life with abusive men. And I didn't know, either the guy I was with was cheating on me and I'd leave him, and then the next guy that I was with that ultimately broke me was the malignant narcissist that I was with. But I couldn't see it because we did drugs together and we drank together.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that relationship brought me to my knees. And God, Chelsea, I think back and I think, oh God, there's so many pieces I want to tell you, but I want to tell you the empowering parts of that relationship. I was so afraid. I was trauma bonded. So for the viewers, a trauma bond is when you bond with the abuser. You bond, and it is one of the most powerful bonds. And so if anybody is being abused or is being and is talking about it, the worst thing somebody could do is say, why don't you leave? Because they don't understand the bond. Because it's a trauma bond, it becomes so powerful. You can't leave. It's like you need more than human power. You need a lot of support. So I didn't know this, and this guy was cheating on me, hitting me, doing drugs with me, sleeping with other women, filming me and him having sex. Here's a trigger warning. I probably should have said trigger warning first, and I didn't know he was doing that. He was recording other women he was having sex with, and I didn't know he was doing that.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea until popped in a VHS, if you remember those.
I do.
And I saw myself, and I was like, and then I saw other women and other women. So this is what he was doing at night when I was going home.
Mm-hmm.
But what broke it was when I confronted him in the car, and he was literally going 80 miles per hour in a residential, which it was frightening. And I was just holding back in my seat like this. And all I could think about is, how do I get away? So I told him to pull over because I'm going to buy some beer.
Yeah.
And he pulled over. And that's, Chelsea, that's when I opened the door to get out, and he had a beer bottle in his lap, and he took it, wham, and broke it right in my face. I could not see. Like, I was like trying to paddle the blood, because I don't know if I didn't know this, but the head bleeds.
Oh yeah.
Heavy. Did you know that?
Yeah. Just recently. Yeah.
Oh, because your kids, maybe?
Well, yeah. Our friend MK's kids. But I didn't know that. Yeah. It bleeds a ton, right?
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And all I could do is like windshield wipers, try and wipe that.
Yeah.
And son of a gun, if he did not see what he just did and step harder on the pedal and took off, well, guess what? There is a God. There is a divine protection on me, because he did it right behind a park ranger that had a CBE that saw it.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
And then you got out of the car, and then you were out of the car?
Yeah, I was out of the car.
And he left.
Because he took off. Yeah, he saw, he took off. And the park ranger called the police. Son of a gun, if he was not pulled over within 2 miles and taken to jail.
Good. Oh, good.
Yep. And I wish it stopped there. I wish I could tell you that I didn't see him anymore. I wish I could tell you that I learned. But him going to jail, they slapped a restraining order on him, and took me to the hospital, and the hospital knew that I was a drug addict, and they knew that, and there's such a stigma with addicts, and the treatment was horrible, because they knew I smelled like alcohol and I was a drug addict. And the first thing they said to me was, do you have any needles in your purse? I mean, I'm like blood everywhere.
Yeah. And that's the first thing they asked you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have any needles or weapons in your purse?
Wow. Calling all badass moms and entrepreneurs ready to stop surviving and start thriving. Y'all, I am officially opening spots for one-on-one mentorship. This is designed exclusively for the women who know they're meant for more, but feel stuck in the chaos of balancing business, motherhood, and everything in between. I'm not just another coach. I'm a proven business owner who's built an award-winning company, written a best-selling book, launched a podcast, and built a platform, all while raising a family. If you're ready to get unstuck and take bold action, master time management and boundaries, build an unshakable CEO mindset, and prioritize your energy without guilt, then let's make your next level happen. Faster, smarter, and with zero apologies. This is not for the excuse makers. It's only for women ready to go all in on themselves. Remember, spots are limited, so if you are interested, head on over now to Instagram and send me a DM with the word mentorship. I cannot wait to talk to you, girl.
I was 28, 29 years old. So do the math. I just turned 53. So however long that is. But anyways, and my parents pretty much were done. And here's it didn't end there. That day was probably the hardest day of my life, because my parents didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
They took 8 hours to come pick me up from the hospital, because I know they were trying to figure out, should they leave me there or not? I needed them the most then. But you know what they did is, when they finally did pick me up, they took me to a mental institute that night.
Okay.
Where I was 51-50'd. So I look like the crazy one. So from the domestic violence to sitting in the hospital being looked at like a throwaway of the world. And then that night, my parents took me to a mental institute and left me there for I was supposed to be out in 48 hours, but they kept me there for 10 days because I was very hostile and angry.
Yeah.
So they didn't release me.
Really?
And yeah. Were you going to say something, Chelsea?
Oh, no. Yeah. So what ended up being, was the turning point when you got out of there, or kind of what made you finally be like, enough?
Right. Well, I didn't feel safe at home with my parents because they were disgusted in me. I didn't have anyone to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And so my parents kicked me out. So now all I have is a car and some clothes. And I waited for him to get out of jail. And I went to go see him again. And the thing that broke it, the clarity, was when he finally got out of jail. And all I could think about, who cares what he did to me? I know he has drugs. I want the drugs. And we had a hotel room, and I remember he was gaslighting me, and he was hiding my shoe. Like, I'd go to the bathroom and come back and I only had one shoe. And he's like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy. You only can't, I don't, and then, or I take a shower and he would hide my pants. And he's like, "You never came here with pants. You're crazy. You're crazy." And so and so I was left with literally a long t-shirt. And then I remember sitting next to him and flinching like this because he had hit me.
Oh.
And that's when I realized, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. No more. End of story. But how do I get out? I don't have shoes.
You can decide, but and physically get out of the room too. Yeah.
Well, I was like in a long t-shirt and no shoes. I literally walked over to the payphone and called a place called Casa del Cerro, which I had tried to get sober before there and then left after 3 days because the withdrawals were so bad. I called him and I was like, "Hey, do you have a room for me? I'm ready to get sober. I need help." And they're like, "Come home." Back then, though, I'll be 23 years sober December 20th. So back then, alcoholism was not diagnosed like it is now with insurance. So it was like the only places you had to get away from the world for 90 days like I did was a place that's free, where you get food stamps for food, you do chores, you're in recovery circle. So anyway, she goes, "Come home, Azadeh." I was like, "Oh, no one's ever said that. No one's ever said that."
Yeah, that's powerful in itself.
She goes, "Come home." And so now I'm thinking, how do I get out of here? How do I do this? So I went back to the hotel room, to the malignant narcissist. Malignant is the highest and most dangerous form of narcissist because they are verbally, emotionally, physically abusive. They cheat. I mean, it's all of it.
All the stuff.
It's like Hitler. Think of Hitler as a malignant narcissist.
Okay.
So anyway, I was like, I got to get out of here, but I don't have shoes because he hit him. I can't even think. I have no money. I'm just in a long t-shirt now. I go, "Hey, listen, my parents," I lied. I said, "Hey, listen, my parents left me $200, but they said, after this $200, you're on your own, Azadeh. We can't help you anymore." And he's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, take me to my parents' house. There's $200 there for us, but that's all I'm ever going to have. And we have that." And he's like, "Okay." Because I needed a ride.
He wanted money. Yeah.
He wanted money. And I needed a ride to my house because I had also called my mom and said, "I'm ready to get sober. All I need is for you to drive me to this place."
Oh, okay.
She's like, "Fine, meet me at our house at this time." So I lied to him, had him drive me to my parents' house, which was 40 minutes away, sitting in the car in just a t-shirt, knowing once I get to my parents' house, I'm ditching him because I just booked a bed at that sober living.
Yeah.
Get to my parents' house, jump the fence because I don't have a key. They took and then I was like, I am home free. And he's outside the house waiting for me to get the money. And I'm like, And so he keeps calling now. My parents is asking, what are you doing? I'm outside. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I go, listen. I go, hey, listen, Ray. That was his name, which I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care. I was
We
like,
don't.
listen, Ray, my parents set me up. The cops are on their way here. Go.
Oh my gosh, that's so smart.
And so that's all I knew that would freak him out.
Yeah.
So he left. My mom came home with disgust. It was fine at that point. I packed some clothes and I went to the detox. And even then, Chelsea, even then, the withdrawal of the drugs and the abuser was so loud. I still called him and had him come to the detox. That's when the counselor walked out. She goes, Azadeh, who is that? She goes, who is that? Who is that? She goes, is he who I think it is? I go, yeah. She goes, either he leaves or you live with him now. And I was like, okay, you got to go, Ray. And then I never saw him. Oh, I saw him again, but that's when I finally ended it. But I had to have support, people holding me back. I had to have a place to know that I had a place to live and eat and get away from the world and be safe. And
that's ultimately right. Yeah.
Yes.
And was that, so that from that then on, have been sober from that? Oh my gosh. That's so amazing. Like you've been through so much. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. And I get to meet beautiful souls like you that I resonate with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be celebrating 23 years off meth, alcohol, pills, pot. I'm trying to think because I usually have, and did I say alcohol? Yeah. Like
that's so amazing.
4 or 5 things in my system, usually back then. So anyway, I have to tell you this. This is so empowering. So then I was like, okay, I got sober, right?
Yep.
And I was going to go to school, love school. I went to go get my alcohol and drug counseling certification. And there you had to do internship. So I'm like 9 months sober, right? You had to do an internship. You had the choice of where. I chose the probation office with drug dealers. Drug addicts that are arrested, that are on probation. So I chose to do my internship there. Well, towards the end of it, I walk in to do my hours so I can get my certification. Guess who's sitting right there? Ray, my abuser. Wow. He's now sitting on the bench, right?
Because he was just arrested. Yeah.
Yes, he was just arrested. And I walk in because now, even though I'm not getting paid, I'm a member of the staff now because I'm there for school and education.
Exactly.
I walk in, I swear to God, Chelsea, my knees start clamping.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was going to pee my pants. I almost fell to the ground because I just surprisingly ran into my abuser.
Mm-hmm. And you weren't expecting that when you walked in that day at all.
No, and he never called me Azadeh. I speak Farsi. I'm bilingual, so he always called me Farsi. He goes, hey, Farsi. And I go, and I just was like that.
Yeah.
But I pushed. I love what Brene Brown says. She says, in the time of vulnerability, in the time of pain, in the time of exposure, don't tap out. And I was like, and I didn't know it then, but now I know what she's talking about. I've found some internal strength to not fall to the ground by seeing him and stand back up. I made sure he's looking at me. No verbal communication. I let him watch me. And then I looked before I opened the door that said employees only. Opened the door, looked at him and smiled and went in and shut the door.
Oh my God. What a moment.
Such a moment for me.
So powerful. Yes, because you physically, I get that when you see him, your body physically feels ill. And you could have passed out or just lost your mind, right? That's really powerful. And you knew then you don't have grip on me anymore. I own my life, right? Oh my God. That's so
I know
amazing.
you know this because I know your story. I know you know seeing the abuser after the abuse, what the body, because the body's just like has now associated danger.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. You're so amazing.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
you've been through so much. So tell everyone like what you do now is so amazing. You've published numerous books, multi-best-selling author. You coach, offer therapy and coaching. So tell us everything what you do because maybe people are listening. Like I've been with you in public and people say or you say what you do and people kind of tell their story and you're like, yeah, you're dealing with a narcissist and
Yep.
you're dealing with abuse. So tell us kind of like what do you do and who do you work with?
Yeah, absolutely. And when I wrote my second book, which is Adult Children of Narcissistic Parents, oh my God, it's like social media has blown up about narcissism now,
Yeah.
which wasn't happening back then. But when I wrote my book, but the thing is, what I do now is, so I coach one-on-one. I'm also a counselor. So I do work with couples, but those are the ones I work with as couples. You really have to go through an application process with me to see if I have to really see, because I've had a lot of narcissist um, husbands and wives come into my business. And so now I've really learned to fine tune that.
Yeah.
But I do work with couples. I have a 98% success rate with couples.
That's
I,
amazing.
I know. And and it's funny because, and I'm a domestic violence survivor, right?
Yes.
And I have to tell you though, I also have a degree, but I don't teach my degree. I teach my own marriage.
Yeah. Because you have such a beautiful marriage now.
Yes.
You and your husband are adorable. You're both sober. You're so supportive. Like you guys just have so much fun together and you can tell you're true partners.
Yes, we are. We're best friends.
Yes.
In fact, later today, we're going on a hot air balloon ride.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Right?
That's
That's what we
amazing.
do. We
Yeah,
do.
you go on adventures always, that is going from, an addict to this beautiful sober life where you've made it a priority. And
Absolutely.
you're living your best life. You know what I mean? And you have this partner to do it with. That's so great.
It is, Chelsea, and I'm so excited to tell you I have launched it's called Power Within, because
Oh, love that.
authors are power within. So I have an in-house publishing now.
Wow.
Yes,
That's exciting.
yes. And now I'm being called to go to masterminds and share it. Because I've written 4 books. Well, 3, one co-authored, but
Yeah.
now
Still,
I mean I know the struggles, and so they can do just an ebook, or they can do a full-blown book, paperback. I can even work with them on a bestseller campaign. A to Z,
you've
A to
done it
Z,
all. Yeah.
all
So,
done.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you have group coaching starting
In end
in
of
early,
January.
okay, so
Yes.
early 25. That's so
Yes.
exciting.
Yes, that's
Ah,
gonna be, from repeating cycles to recovery cycles, because I'm so passionate about helping women navigate out of toxic, narcissistic relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. You guys,
oh,
it could
yeah.
be your girlfriend. It could be your
Yep.
girl, it could be people on social. It's actually high in social media.
Yeah. Family. I mean, there's
Family,
so many, a boss,
boss.
yeah, it's not always a romantic.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. So
So for people
mhm.
listening, like, what are the biggest, they're like, well, maybe I think this person's a narcissist, but I mean, you're an expert in this. What are the top few things that you're like, yes, these are the characteristics of a narcissist?
Yeah, absolutely. The number one, the person that just came into your life is either showing up as a victim with like
Okay.
a sob story, or as a hero to fix your story.
Okay.
And they want to move really fast in the relationship, whether it's a girlfriend, like all of a sudden, like you just met her at an event and she's constantly texting you.
You're like, oh, okay. Didn't know we were besties yet.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
That would be a really good sign.
Okay.
But in other way, and they're very, very um complimentary in the beginning, very charismatic. They just like, oh my God, Chelsea, where have you been? I've dated like 6 girls and I've been looking for you. I can't believe I found you. And you're like, this is our second date or third
You're
date.
like, slow down
You
there.
know,
Yeah.
and as far as a boss will be a boss that shames and corrects people in front. So I'm going to just literally do a friend would be a girlfriend where you just met her at the event. She got your number. She just wants to call you. It's just like, now you're besties. And it's like, whoa, we don't know anyone.
We don't even know each other. Yeah.
We don't even know each other. And then for a romantic one would be somebody that just thinks you're God's gift in like a week.
Yeah, wants to move really
They
fast.
don't even know you. I mean, I'm sure you're amazing, but
yes,
it has to be earned. A boss would be someone that publicly shames their employees in front of others because what they do is they set the stage for others by punishing you so that you learn that if you do this, you're going to get shamed, publicly shamed. I'm just giving you one of each little, like family members. Well, we kind of talked about it. Family members that have narcissistic traits are the ones that expect you to what's the right word? They expect you to fall into the system and not question. And the system is like, well, they can't I'll just say if it's parental, you can't have a bigger spotlight than them.
Okay.
If it's parental narcissist.
Okay. They want you to like stay down here and dim your light and okay.
Yes. And also parental will always want to parentify you in the sense that they will always want your emotional empathy.
Okay.
That's why I'm just giving one sign of each category.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Then people can be like, oh, you know what I mean? Yes, this person I was thinking of definitely is.
Yeah. And some people have narcissistic traits and some people are full blown narcissists, but these are toxic traits. Parents should be excited for their kid to rise.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
But they don't, and they don't say it. But what they do is every time you have a success or a victory, all of a sudden they have a drama situation happening, a plumbing issue. And it's like, so your victory gets taken.
Yeah. You don't actually get to celebrate it. No one ever celebrates it. It's like put under the rug and
exactly.
Diminished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And the thing I want to really hone in on your listeners today, and I feel the sense to, I'm getting called to, is really pay attention and really watch out, especially with girlfriends, tribes, events, social media. The higher you rise, the more narcissistic woman will want to tap into some of your spotlight, some of your energy, some of your story, and not protect it.
Yeah.
I have come across more narcissistic women since I've been more and more on social media.
Okay. Interesting.
And I don't just know it right away.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden the pattern starts to reveal itself after a month or 2 months or 3 months.
Like, okay, I know this. Yeah.
I know this now. Yeah.
Oh, for
sure. But they show up as your rescuer. Remember, narcissists, girlfriends especially, they show up as a rescuer or a victim. Okay. So, Chelsea, I'll make you huge or I'll make you big. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm excited. And then you start talking to them and it's all of a sudden how they're trying to gossip, triangulate, gaslight you. And it's like, so you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing everything and just being so open and raw. And you're just amazing. I'm so proud of you. So tell everyone, where can our listeners find you and how can we help support you?
Oh my goodness. Well, all my books are on Amazon. You can find me on all social media, including YouTube, at Break Free _ Rise and Rebuild. And I just think that you are supporting me by getting the word out there and raising awareness with narcissistic personalities that really want to take your life, ultimately, your brain first, then your heart, then your life.
Yeah.
So raising the awareness, this is supporting me, giving me an opportunity to be on your platform to expose emotional vampires, toxic people that want to suck the life out of you. And I just love you so much. And
girl, I love you too.
And I'm grateful for beautiful souls. Like
Yes,
yourself.
likewise. Well, thank you so much. And I will post all your links in the show notes. So everyone, please follow her. She's amazing. She's just a light in this world, so positive and has gone through hell. And look, and she's just shining. So I'm so proud of you and thank you again. And everyone, thank you for listening to another Lip Service and Lashes. And always remember, no BS, just real vibes. If you loved the episode, share it on Instagram and tag me so I can say thank you and meet you. Or share it with a girlfriend who you know would love this too. Always remember, no BS, just real vibes. See you next time on Lip Service and Lashes.